fly and to land on moon. And it's even, and here somewhere I was born. So me and you, we are pretty lucky that we are really living the fastest changing time in history. The technology, the human prospect, the inventions is so fast that we can benefit from it on one side, but on the other side, we should develop ourselves as much as never. It has never been needed that much before. Microprocessor. So here's a car somewhere here. Then we have an autonomous car. Those one we can drive without the driver. We also have a flying cars. Slovakia was very good in inventing a flying car. Right now they are under bankruptcy, so not a good business. There is artificial intelligence, and now it will go like that way.
What will be the next?
I have no idea. Just ask the ChatGPT.
I will try.
The prediction model is very good. For example, for me, the ChatGPT is like a miracle for my personal productivity. In my office, in my work, I'm spending hours just by typing answers to email, typing answers or comments to some stupid materials received from the mother company, trying to prepare some presentations, blah 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 blah, typing all day. Right now, if I will receive an email, I'm copying that email, put it into the artificial intelligence, ask for please write me an answer. It writes me an answer. I just went through if there's everything. I call it assisted typing. It prepares for me the almost the whole thing. I just copy it and send it away.
It will change education also.
It will change education.
Like, I ask some of my students like, do you know anything about artificial intelligence? And they were like, no. And I was like, you will get all the essays and homeworks.
Definitely, your homeworks are history.
Yeah.
You cannot ask students for homework. Anything what depends on writing outside of your like sphere of security or attention will be applied or will be sent to artificial intelligence. The students are lazy, and I love lazy students because lazy people are those ones who find the shortest way to solve a solution, to find the solution. So all the majority of the people who have been successful, who came up with great ideas, were lazy people, except Elon Musk. You know, Elon Musk is a special thing, not in a good way. So that's why we should change our approach to education. What we should focus on, as I said, I love movies and I love use them. Do you know this charming guy? Yes, Dr. House. Oh, that's here. Critical thinking. Critical thinking is right now in the era of in the period of hoaxes. In the period, there are a lot of hoaxes in the world, a lot of unconfirmed information present. We are changing opinions over facts. I try always to be the fact-oriented person, not the opinion-oriented person. The critical thinking of Dr. House was super because he always looked on the problem from a different perspective, from above, from other things as the others do, and basically that skill led him to finding the answers or the solutions of the problem. Critical thinking is the skill of the future number one, because the critical thinking is or drives the nations or the people or the individuals to better understanding of the world. Then, who knows this movie? What's it? Good Will Hunting. Yeah, exactly. Story about the phenomenal mathematician who was like before cleaning the school. Analytical skills. As we are facing a time where there is a overwhelming amount of information. There is the information coming from everywhere, from mobile phones. Just remember or ask your grandparents that what was the source of information for you, and they'll say, "Oh, okay, it was the priest in our village," and that was the only one, because they maybe didn't have radio, they didn't have a television. Right now, we have a television, we have a mobile phones. You end up there is advertisement from everywhere coming. You have a newspaper, you have a radio. There is a overlap of or overwhelming amount of information. Analytical skills will be the skills which will let us to be able to analyze, categorize, and prioritize those data, which are everywhere around us. This one, it's getting tougher and tougher.
Don't remember.
No, it's a Back to the Future. It's okay. It's a good. It's really there's a long future. The long history. Meg. Maybe you don't have it. It's a MacGyver. Okay, it was not popular here. This is the series of my childhood. I love this man because he was able to solve every problem with a Swiss Army knife and with the duct tape. In one show, he prepared a bomb from when you have a tree. There is this shishka. It's the this Gurch. Okay, Gurch, and a little of petroleum, and he make a bomb. These two things and a duct tape and a Swiss knife. And he just put the tank into the fires with these two things. Okay, this was really a problem solving. Problem solving will be a day activity because as we have a lot of information, that creates a lot of problems, and we have to solve this problem. So try to be as a MacGyver, find your own Swiss Army knife, which will guide you, and try to give the students as many problems to solve. I was today in the morning trying to show you one problem, which basically is not a problem. It has quite a simple solution, but you have to look on it from different perspectives again. This one. Yeah, Forrest Gump. I didn't know which movie will represent this cognitive flexibility better than Forrest Gump. Cognitive flexibility this is the only foreign word in the whole presentation that's cognitive. We have to adopt our brains to work differently. In schools, we very often work independently. So math is independent subject, language is independent subject, your field of experience is independent subject. We don't try to find the the connections between the subjects. Cognitive flexibility is exactly the way what we will need in the future, and that will be this knowledge how to use which kind of information adopted to the current situation. So we have to understand that the percentage from mathematics are the same in economics, and that they are the same when we are trying to find out what will be the outcome in economics. This is not a guy who is famous from the movies, but there is no one better to show creativity and innovative thinking. He's a businessman, you know him, it's Steve Jobs. This little item in his right hand has changed the world. It was the announcement of iPhone, where he said, come on, we don't need to have these buttons on the mobile phones. You only need this to solve all your problems. And right now, when I look at you at this moment, we are addicted to this to these devices. We spend with them almost everything. We paid with them. The bank knows everything. If we get lost, they are solving our problems.
Sleep with them.
But at the very beginning, there was a clever mind of someone who said, "Okay, let's look on the problem from a different perspective. Let's change something. What is really hard to be changed, and that's human behavior. People behave somehow. This was the, and maybe the artificial intelligence will be the second largest change in human behavior in history." I like fat heroes.
Emotion.
Four from amazing movie Kung Fu Panda. I never realized that I will use some kind of these images in my presentation, but okay. For emotional and social intelligence, it's fine. We as humans, we compared to the AI, we have emotions, and these emotions are something what drives our activity. Because if we are unsatisfied, as Anna was yesterday, for the whole morning, you know, no, I'm not satisfied.
No,
Well, you were. Then it was information for me that I have to change something to make Anna like more positive about the activities and so on. Maybe to give her some additional goods. Four. Was this ninja fighter the best from the team?
Maybe, but I don't think no.
Okay, so he wasn't. He was fat, and all the others were much better in all the fields. They were like the tiger and blah blah blah. But he has something. He was able to connect them, to unite them as a team. This will probably never be the domain of a machines to create the teams of humans and machines. We will probably have to, so we have to develop the emotional and social intelligence, and that's also because as the world is changing and we don't know what will be the future, so we don't know if the artificial intelligence won't take over our jobs, but we need to think about the emotions of the people. Otherwise we will have a huge pandemic of suicide and blah 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 and all the other things which are coming. Ability to work with IT.
Our brothers in future.
This is a iRobot movie with Will Smith. In the future, we will interact not with the people, but we will interact with ITs and with the robots. Basically, in former Czechoslovakia, where the robot was invented. So it's like one of the biggest inventions from the region. We will cooperate with robots. If you have the power to force on your students about their future career, try to force on them if you can go to study anything, but please add their IT. If they want to go to study for medicine, they should be programmers too. If they will try to learn new language, it don't have to be English, it don't have to be German. It should be Python, C#, or other languages which will really drive the future progress of humankind. But is there someone who knows this bumblebee story? Or is it someone who is very good in bees?
Don't know
I-
about
I'm good, but I don't know how I can speak from English. But question comes with the
So I can ask you if I have a question.
Okay.
I won't. I'm only just confirming for myself that if there is someone who will me, I'm stupid. But this bumblebee story is almost the final slide. When you are a teacher, so you have a amazing job in which there is no other job which is touching the future that much as the position of a teacher, because you are the one who are shaping the future employees, the future people, the future leaders of the countries, nations, families, anything. You are the one who are creating the future of this planet. This image, when you will go to any very well or very expensive, very training for managers, you will see this image, and there will be a guy in a suit and tie telling you, "This is a bumblebee." The lazy man of bee. It's big, and it doesn't make nectar or the honey. So did we agree? Do we already know what is a bumblebee? Krazana.
Is it male bee or?
It is the lazy thing, the big one, and the.
Yes, big one is a Krazana in Georgia. From Georgia.
Okay. He doesn't produce honey.
Yes, yes, absolutely, yes. comes magister yarışıyor. Kazana.
Okay. So
Uyla Türkçe
here is
It don't work.
yeah, it's as I do. We call it Shmelia. Maybe it's a Shmel. So Arabuza. So Arabuza. Arabuza is the final answer.
Yes.
Okay, it's Arabuza. So Shmeliak. Shmeliak or Arabuza. Okay, we will find the answer. So it's Arabuza. Arabuza. I have to go to the sea.
Arara Igivia.
We know what kind of animal we are talking about. Okay. So the guy, the teacher will tell you, okay, you are like this Arabuza. But the problem with the Arabuza is that Arabuza is too big, it's too robust. It has this fur on itself, and it has very tiny flies. Very tiny. Compared to the size of the body, it has a very tiny flaps. Or wings, let's say. From the viewpoint of physics, Arabuza cannot fly because it's too big and there's too small flies. But Arabuza is flying. Why?
Cannot fly.
Because he doesn't know that he cannot fly. And your students are like these Arabuzas. They don't know what they don't know yet. So, don't try to make them know everything, but try to focus them to be as these Arabuzas of the bumblebees, because then they can achieve anything what they would want in the future. They can become entrepreneurs, they can become doctors. I hope they won't become politicians, because that's quite a different story. Always try to think about this image. The Arabuza doesn't know that he is too big to fly.
And cannot fly.
And cannot fly.
He
But
can't
he's,
fly.
but he's flying.
Right.
All the skills you will teach and you will deliver to the students has to lead to this one thing. You don't know what the future will bring up, but you will be well prepared for that future. No one knows what will be the jobs of the future. I really like to use the example of, do you know Zumba?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Ladies go there and do different Zumba.
Lion King. And his friend Zumba.
Oh, no, that's from the Lion King, but there is a dancing or something like exercise called Zumba for basically women are doing it. Zumba was invented 16 years ago. 16 years. Before that, no one knows what Zumba means. Right now, you know, all the girl or almost everyone here in the room knows what is Zumba. The same goes to Python programmers. Before that, small black thing in the right hand of Steve Jobs, no one has known what the Python is. Right now, the companies are searching for Python programmers and they are paying them €10,000 a month because there is a scarcity of programmers, there is a high need, there is a high demand for those. Try to teach your students that they are like the bumblebee. And that's all. We can just skip this. Just maybe a small comment. If you will try to search for me on social network, I have a K at the end, not a C, as written in the materials. I'm Mensik. I'm not a sick man, but I'm a little Mali человек. So, okay, let's have a break. If you have questions, feel free to ask.
Okay.
You are exactly as your students, you know. When you are asking them, do you have any questions? No.
You are just a teacher like us. Very simple, interesting, so we don't have.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's have a break. Let's have a technical break for 15 minutes. It's a Georgian musician, yeah, Zumba. Okay, so not that Zumba. And we will play something after the break.
I love playing.
მას გადავამოწმე და
ჯგუფში რამდენიმე დავატებული
გურიაში ბაზზე და
კახეთში ეძახიან კელას.
You are still trying to find out the name of
გურია იქ ბაზზე
კახეთში ეძახიან საერთოდ კელას.
ვიკიპედია ისე
I didn't fold that it won't make sense.
ხოდა